how's it going? What's going on?
So we're here to talk about the second single off the upcoming album, titled "Unamerican Dream."
Yeah.
So how did you guys come up with the title?
So we're both first generation Americans. I have Indian parents, and France is of Haitian and Puerto Rican descent. And we were just reflecting kind of on growing up and being sold this idea of the American dream, where it's if you work hard, and you keep your head down and you just really like put yourself into something, all these good things will happen to you. And we were kind of our new album B, which is coming out next year, is it's our whole perspective and it's our whole exploration on the human condition from our perspective. And so one of the things we wanted to talk about was this whole ideal of the American dream. And so we kind of flipped it on its side and created the Un-American Dream, which is kind of the answer to what we think is everything is wrong with the American dream, which is everything you have to kind of give up in order to follow the American dream, which is, like it's you put a lot of time in the office, you put a lot of time into working something, and time essentially means if you're putting time into something, you have to take time away from something, which could be the relationships or the people you want to like just talk to. And so that was kind of the way we came up with the idea and the concept behind an American Dream.
How many songs on the album?
It's kind of like a giant mammoth of an album. It's going to be 20 songs altogether.
Great. So back to the Un-American Dream. Where was this written? Was this written in Queens? Or
Yeah, so right now we're living in Queens. We were in Brooklyn last year. And then we moved over to Queens, and we kind of set up our studio in here, in our apartment over here, and we're writing and producing everything from the comfort of our homes.
oh, nice. And so you recorded there as well.
Yep. Yeah, we're all big into the analog stuff, so it takes a lot of time recording.
And how was the production brought about?
Usually, we start with the songwriting. So we're big believers in the song having to matter the most. Production's great and everything, but if you don't have a good song, it's not going to. You can't really like glamour it up too much without the fact that it's not a good song shining through. So we really start with the melody and the lyrics, usually the lyrics, and so we'll sit together and we'll throw some ideas, and then we'll keep writing until we have something that we're proud of, and then we'll work on the production around that.
And so the songwriting, how long did that take you?
It varies. Some songs come very easy and like very quickly, and some songs they take a while to develop, and that's because we don't like to force anything. We want it to be as authentic and real as possible. So it really depends on the song. I know that's kind of like an answer a lot of artists say, but it's really true when you're there and you're writing a song. If you don't want to force something, you gotta kind of let it breathe and let its life take over you, and so you have to kind of be at the mercy of it finishing itself for you. And so certain songs come really quick; they take a day, and certain songs they take months, or even this album, certain songs take years.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing for us is that we're kind of old school in the way that we still care about the album in its totality, which I think most artists do still. But I think there's definitely more put into the singles nowadays. And I think for this album, we really wanted to have all the songs, even the singles, fit together on the album and really make a cohesive album because that it all ties into the concept. So that was really important to us.
I was curious to know, where did you guys meet, and how did you come up with the name of the band?
So we met in college, and we both went to Oxford University, a college on Long Island, and Hoax kind of came about when we earlier formed, when me and France met. We would have a lot of conversations about things that mattered to us and things that were important to us, and the word hoax is kind of just a reminder to us to always be self-aware of what we're searching for and what we're putting our time into, because you can say that you're doing a lot of things and you can say you're all about things, but where you spend your time is kind of what matters the most. And so Hoax is kind of like a sarcastic reminder for us to look in the mirror and really evaluate ourselves as artists and as people, and kind of make sure that we're not living a lie, and make sure that we're doing things that we actually believe in, and make sure that we're actually spending our time in things that we believe in. And that kind of, it was a very early discussion that we had when we were coming up with band names, and Hoax just seemed to be the perfect blend of our like sarcastic personality with our desire to always seek for the truth.
And I came across and I seen that you're donating 50% of the royalties from Unamerican Dream.
Yeah, yeah. Going back to what I just said about our band name, uh, we we feel as artists it's our responsibility to always put our money where our mouth is, and with all the things that are happening in this country itself, and like in places like the border and stuff, it felt like in order for our song to make a difference, we needed to make sure that everything about it was actually going to benefit people who really needed help and stuff. And so it was kind of like a very easy decision to team up with Kind and make sure that anything, 50% of anything that we make off this song goes to helping people get like sorted out at the border and stuff. Yeah, I think for us, like we really want to be that new standard for musicians and try to create this model for musicians that, although it's great to have these dope lives, you know what I mean, where you get to do what you want and help, whatever you want. I think ultimately we have to realize that we have to give back. And when we look back at all the greats, I think that was like the coolest thing about them, from like Stevie Wonder to Sam Cooke to all these guys who made huge social changes. I think bringing awareness to these issues is important, but I also think that we're at the next step now where, we've been bringing awareness to this for how many years now? Like, 75, you know what I mean? Marvin Gaye and, what's going on, all those movements. And it's like, hey, cool. Like, we have the awareness that things are still, like, a lot of those things are still happening today. So I think we decided consciously, like, all right, cool. Like, we're going to bring awareness, but we're also going to put, our time and money into it. Because ultimately, I think that's who we are as human beings. As much as we love to, think we're so much more, I think it really comes down to, like, what you care about is what you put your time into, and literally what you're willing to give up as far as, like, your money, right? So that's literally, I think, hopefully what comes out to be the most important thing that derives from the song is just giving back.
Have you guys performed it by chance?
Have we performed it? No, we haven't performed it live yet. We're hoping to. We got a couple of shows hopefully lined up for October and November. So those will probably be the first time that we'll perform it.
You have an idea of the location?
I think in October we're going to be in the Chicago area, and then November we're probably going to stay kind of homegrown and go for a show in Brooklyn.
I'd definitely like to maybe see if I can make it out to one.
Yeah, you're on the guest list, man.
I appreciate it. Music is really good. I really enjoy the music.
Thanks, brother. Thanks. That means a lot to us.
Yeah. If you could say anything to someone who listened to Unamerican Dream, what do you want them to pull from it?
I think really when we were writing it, it was kind of like searching up our family tree and kind of just figuring out how we even got to the point here. So if I could tell someone who's listening to it something, I would say that just kind of look back at the history of how you got to the point and where you are in your life right now, and think about all the people in your life, whether it's your family or friends, and just kind of reflect on everything they had to give up so that you could have the life that you have now. Because I think that's the things that we don't always think about until it's too late. Yeah, and like we literally have like probably 80 years on this planet. Like if you're lucky, not to be like cynical, but like at the end of the day, like what are you spending your time doing? Like, are you doing what's most important to you? Like, are you gonna look back and be like, damn, I wish I worked like 10,000 more hours at my job, like my 9 to 5 job? Or are you gonna be like, damn, I wish I spent way more time with my kids, my family, and doing the things I love? And like ultimately, I think hopefully we can look at our reflection and be like, you know what I mean, decide what it is that you care about, and hopefully pursue that to its fullest extent.
And how can they listen to the music, check out show dates, upcoming show dates? Where can they go to find that information?
So you can definitely find us on all major streaming services, on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. And we have the website where we're hosting everything for the album is thebmanifesto.com. So you can always find everything from show dates to new music releases on that website.
I appreciate it. Any last words, by chance?
No, man, we're really happy to be here. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for getting a lot. Yes, supporting the cause.
No problem, no problem. Like I said, I really enjoy the music. I'm a fan. And
awesome. Guest listed for life, man.
Definitely, I'll be checking you guys out soon.
Awesome. All right, thanks so much for everything. Have a good one.